Call in, guys. Talk to me nice.
Welcome back to Sports Tea. Welcome back to Sports Tea.
Talk to me nice.
Nice. Call in, guys. Talk to me nice. Talk to me nice. Call in, guys. Talk to me nice. Call in, guys. Talk to me nice.
Welcome back to Sports Tea.
Talk, guys. Talk to me nice. Talk to me nice. I can't wait to hear from you. Hey everyone, how's everyone doing tonight? Welcome back to Sports Tea. I know I've been gone for a while. I've got to tell you, I was so sick. I had the flu, I had strep throat. It was just awful. But I'm really grateful to be back in the room with you all. The NBA streets have been on fire. Yikes. I mean, the YouTube streets need a body. I know. I missed you guys so much. I mean, Scottie Pippen was chirping. I still need to talk about that. Bronny's been a complete disaster. And some of, the biggest truth tellers on, YouTube content creators have taken LeBron James just completely out of their top 10 all time. So there's just been so much going on. But I do, shout out to Bronny James. He hit his first 3-point shot of his NBA career. So that's an amazing thing for him. So shout out to Bronny James and congratulations to him. Uh, you know, LeBron James, he was never in my top 10. But again, like there's just been so much going on in the NBA. Tonight, I am going to discuss the shocking trade of Luka Doncic to the Lakers and obviously Anthony Davis to the Mavs. First, I want to shout out the loyal supporters of Sports Tea and our amazing members of the channel. So let me just go ahead and start right off with Zeno Omega, Danny Season, Wall Banger 1982, Jamie Costello, Right Hand Cam, Tom Smithers, Manny Coffee, It's Not That Serious, Ill Will 42, Brand 117, Jennifer Golston, William Wright, Meg XD, V Dub, Silvio Manuel. One second. Whoops, I lost the list. Give me a moment. Whoops. Silvio Manuel, Kurt Nishimura, Raymond Chambers, Eden Jr., Debo 4735, Jason Williams, Sports Facts, sorry, I don't know why this page is like tweaking like this. Give me a second. We also have sorry, my page is messing up. Then we have Coach Marcus, Brown B, Lewis Matthews, Charles Hookah, T-Bert the Twin, we have Brenda, Reginald McLendon, Lisa Taylor, Spurs Ann, my girl. I hope you've been doing well so far this year. I hope everybody's been, just having a great start to their 2025. The month of January was so crazy for me. And I just know that, there's just been a lot of illnesses going around, lots of viruses, this and that. WW, salute to you. Jason Williams. Okay, guys, for some reason, my list is not populating properly. I'm so sorry. But salute to all the members of Sports Tea. I really appreciate you guys. You guys mean so much to me. Thank you for all of your support. Let's see who's in the chat. Who's in the room with us tonight? It just feels like it's been so long since I've seen you guys. Salute to you, Grape Tea News, James Maxwell, Main Event, Hit 'em. Shout out to all the moderators, Nufo, Horizon Vibes, Lakers Rebuild, Blockchain Easy, Rumple Foreskin. Oh my gosh, that name kills me every time. Josephine, Bell Mason, Joe 14. Oh, hi, Josephine. I missed you so much. Spurs Ann, how are you? I've been really good, just, trying to recover from I was just so sick. Honestly, I feel so much better now, but my voice, I had no voice for about a week. My gosh, even I came back to man down on this past Friday and I was still pretty sick. Like I sounded like a man. I was just coughing all over the place. So I'm just really happy to be back. Brother Juma, shout out to you. Sports Facts in the building. Steven Jackson, that man. Salute to everybody who's joining us tonight. I really appreciate everybody. Mizell Martinez, nice to see you. JW, Prodigal, Dylan Dunham, Hit 'em, RN, Isidro, Blacksmith, Vaughn, Sebastian. How's everybody doing? Young Disciple, I'm so happy to see you. How are you? Van Lee, Mellow S, I'm back. Yes, I am back. Really excited to see you guys. Honestly, I'm so grateful to be back. I mean, just like, so obviously, there's just been a lot of discussion around this blockbuster trade of Luka and Anthony Davis, right? There's just been so much to unpack. I think there are heavy implications for both LeBron James and Luka Doncic when you take a look at both sides of the trade. The Mavericks trading Luka means that Luka can never be considered the GOAT. I mean, the Mavericks traded him and cut him out of a supermax deal that might have landed him, what, $70 million dollars a year? The Mavericks wanted him gone. They blindsided him completely. They just went to the finals with Luka last season. Think about that. They went to the finals with him last season. They don't believe that they can get back there this season or ever again with Luka Doncic. They brought in a guy like Kyrie that could play off the ball, and Luka still couldn't win. They brought in 3 and D guys. They have the pieces they need to win, but Luka doesn't defend and turns the ball over at a high rate. He's a liability on offense and defense, quite frankly. He cries to the referees to the detriment of himself and the team. He ran Porzingis out of town. He ran Rick Carlisle out of town. He ran Jalen Brunson out of town. They have all the pieces they need to win, but Luka refuses to play defense. They have a good coach in Jason Kidd. I mean, how much talent was Luka going to run out of Dallas? It seems like Luka had to be stopped. And I think that both the Mavericks and the Lakers were able to take control of their franchises again. They are sending a very strong message throughout the entire NBA that the owners and GMs will no longer, or I'm sorry, that they will do their jobs and what's in the best interest of the organizations. They will not continue to allow players to ruin their teams. Now, I do have sound bites from both the Lakers and the Mavericks press conference. I also want to play the reactions from First Take and Charles Barkley. There was some colorful commentary from both Charles Barkley and Stephen S. Smith, but there's a lot to, like I said, to unpack. So let's just start off with Rob Pelinka. I'm gonna play a soundbite from Rob Pelinka with, he's sitting side by side with Luka Doncic, and I have to say, Luka seemed quite somber during this introductory press conference, and it was a little sad, honestly. His disposition, he was slouching. He's a tall guy. He's almost 6'8", and he's just kind of like he looks almost shorter than Rob Pelinka. But anyway, we're gonna get into this first soundbite. Here's Rob, and then we'll react.
You stay committed to trying to get the deal done in a partnership sense. I think a lot of people talk about negotiations in terms of who won and who lost. I try to approach a negotiation in the sense of how do we build a partnership where we can get to the end? And I think that was the lens that we worked and the premise we worked under. And when the concept was initially introduced to us, it was, hey, the only way we can even have these discussions was if it's between owner and GMs. And there was a commitment to that. And if we broke that commitment by talking to anyone else, this day would never happen. So I think trust was at the center of all those discussions. And I called Jeannie after the coffee in Dallas and brought her in immediately, as I do with everything. Her and I have a really strong working relationship, and the fabric of that is that we share things in real time. And she was extraordinarily excited and hopeful that we could get to the end, which we were able to do.
Hey, Luka and Rob, Melissa Roland, Fox Sports. Over here. I have a question for both of you guys. Obviously, from the league's biggest superstars to fans, people were shocked that the Mavericks were willing to deal a 25-year-old superstar in his prime who has another 10 years at least ahead of him. What was both of your guys's, I guess, Rob, what was your level of shock that this was even on the table? And Luka, what was your level of shock that the Mavs were willing to deal you?
I try to take everything in stride. I think, it's interesting if all of us watch Luka play. He has a combination of basketball joy and killer instinct, which is really rare. That was number 8, number 24. And I think learning lessons from that mentality are to stay in the moment. And so I don't think of it in terms of shock, surprise. I think of it in, okay, this is coming at me. It's like a game. Maybe a blitz is coming at Luka. He's not going to be shocked. He's going to stay in the moment, figure out the read, and make the play. And so when the opportunity came to me, that was sort of my mindset, is to, okay, this is coming. This is a concept that came to me. Now, how do I process this mentally to get the deal completed? And right away, when it was brought up at the coffee, my mind started churning. There were so many complicated things. We have the Mavericks are hard capped at the first apron. The Lakers are up against the second apron. There's trade kickers. There's going to be a third team that's going to have. So my gears were turning about the deal the same way his basketball mind is processing a play. And so I just tried to live in the moment. And I tried to carry that with me for 3 or 4 weeks as this was unfolding. And by staying in the moment, I think it helped us get to the end.
Everybody was surprised. So you can imagine how surprised I was. I was almost asleep. So when I got a call, I had to check it was April 1st. I didn't really believe it at first. And it was a bit shock. It was hard moments for me. It was home. So it was really hard moments for me, especially the first day. But as I said, I get to play in the greatest club in the world, and I'm excited for this new journey.
Okay, so if you notice, Rob Pelinka, he talks about trust. He says that the trade wouldn't have happened if he told anyone. I mean, why wouldn't the trade have happened? Is it because Luka never wanted to leave the Mavericks? Is it because LeBron, Clutch Sports, and the La Media would have planted stories, or maybe Rich Paul might have tried to block this trade and tell agents and teams that they would lose access to players and talent? There's so many reasons not to share the information outside of the GMs and the owners. I love this move for the NBA and the league. I mean, I love that they took a ball club first approach in this case, a business first approach in this situation instead of granting LeBron James every wish and command. I mean, the past 6 years have been pathetic for the Lakers. They had to strong arm the Pelicans to get Anthony Davis to get a title that is largely considered not impressive and often referred to as the Mickey ring. Rob Pelinka then goes on to say that he will be working closely with Luka and his team to make decisions for his return. He's saying that they are in partnership. And I think when players are making that kind of money, you have to be in partnership. It's just a matter of what the balance of that power looks like. I mean, let's hear what Nico Harrison from the Mavericks shared earlier, and then we'll react to that as well.
We're getting, I would assume the question will be forthcoming. When is Luka going to play? I'd rather just take that one head on. Our sports performance department is led by Dr. Leroy Sims. Luka's got trusted sports performance folks that are going to become part of our family and Dr. Sims' circle. And they're working together as we speak about a return to play plan. We have 5-on-5 scheduled tomorrow for Luka, and we're going to take it one day at a time just to make sure that the calf injury is in a good and safe place. So I would truly say at this point he's day to day. We're going to take it one step at a time. But if all those days go well and Luka feels good and confident, he'll be in a game soon. But we're going to partner with him. And I should mention, too, his amazing team who's now part of our family, led by Laura Beth and Bill Duffy and the rest of the folks that are here today. When we make decisions around superstar players, and we partner and collaborate with them, and that'll be our process with Laura Beth and Duff, who are incredible at what they do.
Jared Greenberg with TNT. Rob, you stole my question there. I was going to ask Luka, I guess more about that, just hear from you what this process has been like. You've gone through it now 4 times with this calf. So what have you done to get back on the court? How are you feeling? And how confident are you in that this won't be a reoccurring injury?
Well, for the first time, I took my time, get it to heal 100%. Other times I think I just wanted to go back on court playing basketball and not really be healthy 100%. So this time I just took my time, which was normal amount of time to get back to 100%.
Luka, David Pingalore, KTLA. Over the last couple of days, I talked about your conditioning, but maybe your lack of defense. What is your commitment to being a better defender?
Yeah, I think this year I really stepped it up honestly, and it's just being more active, more vocal, and I think I did a step ahead this year, but I need to do more steps ahead. So that's what I'm planning on.
He talked about like culture, right? I mean, this is something that, I just think that Luka Doncic, Rob Pelinka, Clutch Sports, this is it's a whole, trifecta, right? Rob Pelinka, he's talking about partnership with Luka there, right? And he talks about that because he wants to make sure that he lets everybody know he's not getting on the court right away, right? He just wants everybody to know, hey, I'm going to just follow Luka's lead. So, sorry, that wasn't the Nico Harrison soundbite. Here it is right now.
Listen, one thing about me, I'm not going to talk bad about any players. That's not going to do, us or me any good. I just say there's levels to it, and there's people that fit the culture, and there's people that come in and add to the culture. And those are two distinct things. And I believe the people that were coming in are adding to the culture.
It's simple. I mean, he's talking about driving a culture, and this is something that I think we talked about for months. We've been talking about it for months. I've been talking about culture in the NBA and how leaders and coaches, star players, they have to do better at driving a culture. It's just something that you must do as a captain of a team. Luka did not condition his body and show up to the NBA with professionalism. He needs to get in shape. You cannot show up to the NBA with a dad bod. I've been calling him Luka Dad Bod Doncic for years. I've been calling him Fat Luka for years. I've been saying this. The Mavericks got tired of it, and they made an example of him. And I think they made a really good example of him. More organizations are going to step up and take back their franchise. They are looking around at Jimmy Butler and they're saying, I'll be damned. Not going to put up with this. They are banding together and taking a stance. Pat Riley is standing on business. It started there, right? That was like the first really big shift we saw this season. Jeannie Buss and Rob Pelinka, they're making moves that do not benefit LeBron James or Clutch Sports. I think that owners are ready to take back their franchises. When you think about what Adam Silver is doing, forcing the league into revenue sharing programs, which basically takes away the pride of ownership from NBA owners across the league. The owners need to take back their power where they can. And the easiest way to do that is to take it back from the players because they can. They don't have control over the revenue sharing program, but they can save money by making sure that they don't give max dollars to players that don't deserve them and that are not going to get them as far as possible in their season. If we're not going to make a deep playoff run and continue to sell out arenas, then why do I have you here? If you don't care about your paychecks, then why should I care about giving them to you? If you don't care about showing up, looking like an NBA player, then why should I treat you like one? Why should I keep you here? A relationship is a two-way street, and you cannot decide, I want. I'm going to take and take and take. But, a relationship is about deposits and withdrawals. You cannot take and take, but you're not also depositing. That's just how it works. Luka Doncic wants the withdrawals, but he doesn't want to deposit. He doesn't even want to show up with professionalism. And look, I mean, I saw a comment that maybe perhaps Luka Doncic has a drinking problem and that's what's going around the league. I don't think he has a drinking problem. I think it's very common for European players to drink a lot. I really do. I think that Europeans drink. I think that that's the culture. I bet Nikola Jokic drinks a lot. I think that that is the culture of Europeans. They might, drink all night long and still show up for their games the next day and be ready and available to play. It's just how they are. Everything requires a drink. After work, they drink. Everything is drink, drink, drink. I think that player empowerment is going to shift because player empowerment has looked like running roughshod over franchises and owners. Player empowerment has looked like disrespecting your teammates and, being selfish and deciding, hey, I'm not going to show up for games, or hey, I'm just going to do whatever it is that I want that might not be in benefit of the core. So again, I mean, owners, GMs, they don't have to partner with players on trades and ask what their superstars think of a particular player and their fit for the team. They can trade players at will, and they will make decisions that are best for the health of their business. And so when you think about the health of a franchise, it brings us to the Lakers, building a future with a Luka Doncic. In my eyes, the Lakers they're rebuilding around Luka. What's happening right now, what we're seeing is that they are quietly firing LeBron James. That's what's happening. People want to sit here and pretend, oh, the fit of LeBron and Luka. Nobody gives a damn about that. This season is basically a wash. I wouldn't be surprised if Luka doesn't play at all. I wouldn't be surprised that when Luka comes to the court that LeBron is out injured. They're not meant to be on the floor together. They're not meant to be teammates. Luka Doncic is there to replace LeBron James. LeBron James refused to pass the torch to Anthony Davis. LeBron James was de facto captain, GM, coach, everything on that team, pulling the strings. Him and Rich Paul, they were in control, full control of this team. That is no longer the case. Luka Doncic is trying to take over the team. Honestly, he's not even trying to take over the team. Rob Pelinka has brought him in to replace LeBron James as the leader, the captain, and the player that they are going to not just build their future around, but also acquiesce to, capitulate to, and try to make happy. Do they want LeBron James to be comfortable should he choose to stay there? Absolutely. But they're trying to push him out. They're saying, "Hey, we're moving away from you. We are looking toward the future." That's what we're doing at this point. Stephen A. Smith, he discusses this all over ESPN. He was on like a world tour all over ESPN, Sports Center, Get Up, First Take, this, that. He talks about the fit of Luka and LeBron and what the decision to keep LeBron in the dark really means. So, we're going to hear it, we're going to react, and then we're going to open up the phone lines. I have to tell you guys, I just think that this was a diabolical decision to trade Luka Doncic from the Mavericks to the Lakers on both ends. Luka was out over $100 million. They did not care. LeBron James has been running the Lakers, and then they go ahead and they bring a ball-dominant player such as Luka to the team who plays just like LeBron. How are they both going to be bringing the ball down and getting high screens? How's that going to work? LeBron James is not going to play off the ball. He tried that earlier this season. It didn't work. It quickly vanished. JJ Redick can't get him to consistently play off the ball. That's not going to happen. We're not going to see LeBron James setting screens for Luka Doncic. I don't believe that. I don't think that he can do that for 10 straight games. No, I don't. But let's hear what Stephen A. Smith had to say.
What happens in the short run? Charles, there's something I'm fascinated by, and you're one of the few people walking the planet who can understand it. LeBron James is at the very end of one of the greatest careers of all time. He's 40 years old, however much time he has remaining in his career.
Sorry, guys. This soundbite is actually Charles Barkley, and we're going to break down Charles Barkley's comments because they are really, I would say, they're some of the most colorful commentary surrounding this topic, and just some of the most, he's telling the truth. Okay. He's telling the truth. He's ripping the Band-Aid off. And I want you guys to hear this. And then we will get into Stephen A. Smith's comments as well.
I will compare him to aging quarterbacks in the NFL. Aging quarterbacks don't like it when their teams make deals for the future. They like it when their teams make deals that will help them win in the little window they have left. If you're LeBron James, put yourself in his shoes. How would you feel about this, and what would you want the last year or two of your career to look like now that AD is gone and Luka's there?
Greta, that is a great question. This, to me, is the first time the Lakers made a decision where they didn't care what LeBron thought.
Mm-hmm.
They've done everything that he was asked. And, they bought in AD so that, because of the clutch sports. This, to me, was the first decision that the Lakers made, like, we got to think about life after LeBron. So, listen, LeBron, it ends for everybody. But I got to give the Lakers credit. This is the first trade they've ever made where they probably didn't discuss it with him. They didn't decide who to hire or fire as a coach. This was the first decision I think they've ever made where they're like, at some point we got to do what's best for the Lakers. I think that's a great question. I think it's really important because nobody who knows anything about basketball think LeBron and Luka can play together. Both of those guys are great, but neither one of them can play without the ball. So, but this is the first decision I think the Lakers have ever made, but they're like, hey, you know what? It's over or almost over for LeBron. We've got to do something for the future. And that's what they did, in my opinion.
So if the future, Charles, in Los Angeles is Luka Doncic and JJ Redick, where does that leave LeBron? Do you think he ends his career as a Laker?
Well, listen, I think if the perfect now listen, that's actually a really good question also. If I'm LeBron, I got this year, I got 3 days, and I might got next year. If there's a perfect situation, like Tom Brady, everybody want to give, and we all love Tom. Tom picked out the perfect situation in Tampa Bay to go out as a champion. LeBron has that type of cachet. He could pick in the next 3 days before Thursday, or he could roll it out to next year because the Lakers are not going to win the championship in the next 2 years. But they could do something where he could go to the perfect situation like Tom Brady did and win the championship. So that's still on the table. It's not going to happen with the Lakers. The Lakers are mediocre at best. They're the second best team. Clippers even got a better team. They're not a contender, but the LeBron situation is interesting because if I'm Rob Pelinka, I'll call LeBron because now we got to start stockpiling assets to help Luka going down the road. I would have a conversation with LeBron. Where could we trade you this year and next year where you would have a legit shot to win the championship and we get a good couple pieces of some good draft picks? I think that has to be on the table.
I'm with you, and Charles will talk a little bit of time with you. I'll come back to you on that. There's one situation in this that you can see. Can you see a team right now that could be LeBron's Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
OKC is not it. The Mavs are not it. I actually, to be honest with you, I swing for the Warriors. I would. I would. First of all, it would be must-watch television to see Steph and LeBron play together. I'm just thinking, just off the top of my head, I think the Warriors because listen, Steph and LeBron together, people have been talking about it for years. How about the Spurs? The Spurs got De'Aaron Fox, Wemby, LeBron. They got 100 draft picks. I'm telling you, the Warriors are for LeBron and Wemby and LeBron the next couple of years. Those are two places I can see would be fascinating.
Mean for LeBron to be Warriors for a year, everyone has 3 days for it to happen in this window. What do you think, Michael?
Agitating for LeBron to the Warriors every year. I don't think the Warriors can win this year that way, but I completely really. I mean, we can just sorry, my bosses will get angry. You just put the Warriors and the Lakers on every game. If LeBron goes to the Warriors, think about how fused with a new energy Steph and Draymond, you have to, give up guys that are important. But the Warriors are not going to win either.
Oh my god. I seriously, he cracks me up because it's just like he's trying to pawn LeBron off on the Warriors or the Spurs. Ridiculous. Like seriously, retire. Just retire. It's not a good look if LeBron leaves the Lakers. Let's be for real. impact of this, it I think Lebron is going to leave in shame. He will leave at the end of the season. I believe that he does not want the Lakers to be able to get anything for him. Imagine that, LeBron is sitting there and all they get crumbs. They get the bullshit from, and then that's like legacy. The Lakers were able to pick up talent for him, whether it's crumbs or something really good. I mean, no matter what, I don't think that LeBron wants that narrative out there. What that he wants at the end of the season, opt out and, become a free agent and pick his poison somewhere else, and this would be able to pick him up. He can go somewhere else, attach himself to the champion. Um, I would love to see LeBron James retire with dignity. Just retire, LeBron. I don't That's awful. You competing against Steph Curry and the Warriors as bitter rivals. If you're up again, you're gonna team up with, some competitor, a peer. I don't understand why he's putting that out there. I don't wanna see LeBron Kevin Durant team. Please do not do it. Kevin Durant, I'd love to see that, but I don't want teamed up with Steph Curry. I it doesn't make any sense. What Charles Barkley is saying is 100% right, that, this is the first time in LeBron James' Lakers don't wanna do business with him anymore. They have been completely embarrassed by LeBron and Bronny James and, this Lakers' reputation. They have made a mockery out of the NBA. Allowed them to do this. Jeannie Buss and Rob Pelinka have James Clutch Sports, Rich Paul, Bronny James to completely they've gotten blown out completely by any good team. Ooh, whoop-de-doo, they please. They should be able to beat the Knicks. Can you guys hear me now? The audio is bad, you can't hear me? How about now, guys? Can you hear me now? We're at a 2? How about now, guys? Can you hear me? You can hear throw a 1 in the chat if you guys can hear me. Okay, guys, if it's bad, just throw in a 2 in the chat. Sorry about that. Um, invite for you guys. I think that there's a lot to unpack there. See if the
About King James.
Well, I said it was sending a message to the league, but we can go to the LeBron route because let me tell you something. The Lakers didn't consult with them.
hold on a second. I'm just gonna reset this. Can you guys hear me now? How do I sound, guys? No sound still? Great. So you guys can hear me. We're all clear. Oh no, some folks still can't hear. Are we at a 1 or a 2? Okay, so let me know if you guys can hear this soundbite. Smith.
What does this move say about King James?
But we can go to the LeBron route. Let me tell you something. The Lakers did it yesterday. The first call, first of all, this 2 weeks ago, Nico Harris. Nico and Rob Pelinka go back a very, very long way. So they have that relationship and that communication. Outside of them, the only people okay. Once you get to that point, what that means is that LeBron James didn't know, Anthony Davis didn't know, Rich Paul didn't know, he didn't know, Luka Doncic did not know. Okay, and you could see by the shot. Anthony $32 million mansion in LA. That market now. Just closed on the $12 million Dallas, okay, which is other than what
I'm sure it's very nice.
I'm sure it's very nice. Okay, but the bottom line is this: they didn't see this coming. And LeBron, now there's a lot of people out there that throw clutch points into the mix because they're going to say Lakers want to send a message. Sports isn't, et cetera, et cetera. In fairness to clutch points, we
Okay, guys, how's my sound? I hear myself very well. Can you guys hear me okay? Can hear me? You still can't hear me? We're still at a 2? You hear me well for now, blockchain easy. Excellent. Okay. So go ahead and play that Stephen A. Smith. Hopefully we'll be in good shape.
this is our organization. This is what organization. Rich Paul, Anthony Davis, all of those guys, and they deserve. Doesn't negate the fact that narrative some time in clutch sports and LeBron.
Okay, let's do something else. Maybe it's just the soundbite sound that was good. So let me try something else. I want because I felt like Stephen A. made a really good point.
Talking to so many people, I remember.
You know what? I just don't know why these sound bites are not so you can hear my mic okay, but you can't hear the sound bites that I recorded okay. My mic is not working very well. That's weird. So my mic is okay, Horizon Vibe, so you can hear me okay? Okay.
James.
Well, I said it was sending a message to the league, but we can go to the LeBron route because let me tell you something. The Lakers didn't consult with them. I spoke to the Lakers yesterday. First call. Now, they have that relationship and that communication. Outside of them, the only people who knew were the owners. Okay. Once you get to that point, what does that mean? What that means is that LeBron James didn't know, Davis didn't know, Rich Paul didn't know, Doncic did not know. Okay. And you could see by the shot. Anthony Davis.
Okay, guys, how's my sound right now? I hear myself clearly, but I hope that you guys can hear me. And my internet has all the bars, so I will hear this soundbite. Want to talk about this.
What does this move say about King James?
Well, I said it was sending a message to the league on route because let me tell you something. The Lakers didn't consult. I spoke to the Lakers yesterday. The first they were from Nico Harrison. Go back.
Okay. Can you guys hear me at least? No? Yeah, I totally closed out the stream. I'm gonna close out the stream and I'm gonna come right back. I'm gonna close out the stream. I'm coming right back, guys. Okay, I'm back again. I hope that you guys can hear me. Um, can you guys hear me? No? You still can't hear? Oh, okay. So I can hear this. I'm gonna try one more time. If we can't hear it, then I'm just going to of talk about it without playing it for you guys. So I'm at a 2 again. Okay. So you guys can hear some folks can Mm, okay. I don't know what's going on, guys. So give me 2 minutes. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna, like, restart my computer, and then I'll come back. Hey guys, I'm back and I restarted my computer. I restart set everything. So I hope that you guys can hear me now. Are you guys telling me that you still can't hear me? I don't know. There's been some issues with the power in my neighborhood, so I don't know. Like there was been some heavy rain, so perhaps I don't know what's going on, but I hope that you guys can hear me okay. I'm gonna talk for just a moment to make sure that you guys can hear me and we're in good shape. The soundbite that I wanted to play surrounding Stephen A. Smith, he was just talking about really just the impact of this trade, what it means, and how it's really so different from past Laker greats like Kobe Bryant. So I'm gonna play it. Hopefully, it will come through and sound really good. So fingers crossed.
All right. So they have that relationship and that communication. Outside of them, the only people who knew were the owners. Okay. Once you get to that point, what does that mean? What that means is that LeBron James didn't know, Anthony Davis didn't know, Rich Paul didn't know, Bill Duffy didn't know, Luka Doncic did not know. Okay. And you could see by the shot, Anthony Davis just closed on the $32 million mansion in Bel Air. You got to put that on the market now, unless he wants to keep it and go there in the offseason. Luka Doncic just closed on the $12 million house in Dallas, okay, which is other than
I'm sure it's very nice.
I'm sure it's very nice, okay. But the bottom line is this: they were planting their roots. They didn't see this coming, and for LeBron not to see this coming, it's a very, very big deal. Now, there's a lot of people out there that's going to throw clutch sports into the mix because they're going to say Lakers want to send a message, clutch sports isn't running things, we're running things, et cetera, et cetera. In fairness to clutch sports, it's very important. When you listen to the Lakers, they'll tell you the conversations were very, very respectful. This is our organization. This is what we felt was in the best interest of the organization. Rich Paul, Anthony Davis, all of those guys took it like professionals, and they deserve credit for that. But it doesn't negate the fact that narrative has been out there for quite some time about the Lakers and clutch sports, and specifically LeBron James this year. Again, his son is on the team. The Lakers, forget LeBron James, forget Bronny James, forget the rest of the league. The Lakers felt like, hey, we've done a lot. We've capitulated. We've acquiesced. We know what a superstar he is, and we'll do anything for our stars. And that's how they believe they treated LeBron James. So if that was the way they treated LeBron James, and that's the way they've treated all of their stars, how do you explain this happening? And let's take it. Let's bring it home. God rest his soul. If Kobe Bryant was alive, would you have done something like this without letting Kobe Bryant know? I think we all know the answer to that question. Not in a million damn years it wouldn't have happened. He would have known. So if LeBron James truly did not know anything, that does give you cause to pause and make you wonder about what kind of message are they sending? Because Luka is clearly the future. LeBron is not the future. He's 40 years of age. He's in the 22nd season. He's definitely going to play his 23rd season. We know how phenomenal and how great he is and how he's revered and he should be. But for them to make this move and him not know anything about it, they can say, hey, we want to make sure it didn't get out because the slightest thing could get in the way of it. They can say all of that till the cows come home. In the end, when you have an ideal relationship with a star of that magnitude, he knows something. And they're saying they knew nothing. And if they knew nothing, that does make you look at the Lakers and think about how are they feeling about him right now.
The Lakers, they've rolled out the red carpet for LeBron James. The buck stops here. They did everything for LeBron James and his son, Bronny James. The Lakers are saying that this is the end. They are forcing LeBron out of the organization. They are pushing him to retire or to trade himself. They wanted him to go to the Warriors last season. The Lakers tried to trade him, and they thought that he might jump ship to the Warriors. But the fact of the matter is that he was having way too much fun just gouging the resources of the Lakers and holding their franchise hostage. Stephen S. Smith points out that there's no way the Lakers would have treated Kobe Bryant like this. There's just no way that Kobe wouldn't have known. There's no way. This trade, in my opinion, it's a testament to the trickery and the tampering that Clutch Sports has done in the past. And it's all just coming to the forefront. And it kind of like what goes around comes around. They were kept in the dark on this for a reason because of all the tampering and manipulation that they've had throughout the league. Everyone wants to say that LeBron James knew about this trade, but it doesn't benefit him to have Luka Doncic on the Lakers. They are virtually the same player, except LeBron James can run, jump, and dunk the ball. That's the difference between him and Luka. But they play the same. The style is the same. I have to tell you guys, LeBron James has instantly lost his power, and he's being ran out of town. I'm convinced the Lakers have wanted him gone. They are saying that Luka is the future, and they are going to work hard to make him happy, not LeBron James. Now it's time for the Lakers to turn a new page and enter a new chapter with Luka. I don't love the trade because it fits with LeBron, or I think that the Lakers are a better team with Luka and LeBron playing together, or even a better team without LeBron and Luka taking over the team. I love the trade because the Lakers and the Mavericks took back their franchises. I love the trade because there was a consequence for a player showing up like a dad bod to the freaking NBA. There was a consequence for that. I love it. I love this trade. Whether it works or not, whether the Lakers win a championship with Luka or not, I could give a rat's ass. But I love that they took some money out of his fat pockets for not showing up properly. Do your job and be professional. Don't take it for granted. Both the Lakers and the Mavericks, they sent a clear message that players can be traded. And basically, hey, you can fuck around and find out. Find out if you want to. I love it. There should be consequences for showing up to the NBA with a dad bod and not taking your career seriously. In this case, the consequence was over $100 million. I'm glad this happened to Luka. I'm glad that there was no protection for the complexion. But I got to tell you one thing. if it was Mark Cuban behind this, if he was still the head honcho in Dallas, this would have never happened. This trade would have never happened. He absolutely loved Luka. He had an obsession with foreigns. He's been obsessed with it. He would have never traded away Luka. Nico Harrison, Jason Kidd, they got together and said, hey, here's our chance. Here's our chance to get out from under a guy that's not going to put in the work and is just not conducive to team ball. Luka being traded to the Lakers is perfect for him. They are all about superstars. The Mavericks need to win as a team. Most title contenders, they need to win as a team. Star ball doesn't work. So I don't know that he's ever going to win a title for the Lakers over the next decade. Rob Pelinka, he made a big gamble, but I believe that Jeannie Buss is happy. I believe that the organization feels like he made a really great deal. And what they were able to accomplish is getting out from under Clutch Sports and LeBron James. Now LeBron has to go and get Luka's Gatorade and, help him condition and be a mentor. Now LeBron gets to shift into being Udonis Haslem, or he can leave. It's up to him. But now LeBron James knows what it feels like to be in the dark. Now he knows what it feels like when a decision is made that affects him that he doesn't really appreciate. Now he knows what it feels like for a guy to come in and be calling the shots, and it's not him. Because Luka Doncic is going to take over all of Los Angeles. He's going to take over this organization. It's going to be his team, not LeBron James's team. And anybody who thinks that it's still LeBron's team, I've got a very expensive Golden Gate Bridge to sell you. But I want to hear from you guys. What do you guys think about this trade? What is the impact of the Luka and AD trade? What do you guys think? I want to open up the phone lines, call in, talk to me nice. Let me know what you think. I'll read some comments in the meantime. But I want to hear from you guys. Also, salute to Man Down Sports. Shout out to Big Mel. One second. It looks like I have a caller from Los Angeles on the line. I just want to make sure that we're connected to Bluetooth and everything's good. Give me 1 second. Okay, I have a caller from LA. Talk to me nice. Thank you for calling Sports
Yes.
Tea. Who do I have on the line?
Hello. Yes. John.
Hi, John. Thanks so much for calling tonight.
Yes. Thanks for picking up the call. Obviously, I've been kind of catching up on like what the details when it comes to like why this doesn't make any sense. But I think that's like kind of a traditional view in terms of how each trade contributes to each team's success. So I'm not going to really go over that. I mean, I think Mavs are going to do okay immediately for the next year or two because you got a big man who's been very hardworking, AD, and then you got a Kyrie who's already, we already know what he does. I don't know how the LA thing's going to work. Okay. You got two redundant players, but Luka is not. He's not going to listen to LeBron, so he's not going to just like fold over. I don't think he's a clutch client either. So that's just a disaster that's just waiting to happen. But the perspective that I'm trying to put on is that it seems like I think this is like a changing of the guard now, or the old guard, but from an ownership point of view. I think because all the commentators and all these guys, all they ever talked about is LeBron for the last 15 years, and it's always been about comparing to Michael, and that's all their energy has gone to. but it seems like nobody really understands. Look, we have gazillionaires owning these teams. Nobody ever talks about those guys, but like they're looking at their ratings and it's a sinking ship. There are bigger problems here. Okay. It's not about LeBron. I mean, come on, seriously. Like the ratings are so bad. And I actually saw a post today saying that they're trying to like tap into that Euro money. That it's not about American ratings anymore. That's sinking, but the international ratings are picking up or something like that. So American ratings are a non-factor. So they got to make the money somewhere. And now they're looking into a territory that's never been looked before. And there's some wild speculations about how they're trying to change Mavs' location to Las Vegas. And I think Rob Pelinka bringing in Luka, even if they don't win right away, I think he's bringing in somebody big, maybe just to spite LeBron and say, listen, we don't care if we don't win, but this is the guy. All right? Like we're sick of you. So please fall in line and let's see how it goes. That in itself is a gamble, I'm pretty sure. But it's a really interesting angle because it's like you got a big elephant in the room, that's LeBron, and then we're gonna bring in some even a bigger elephant or like a 800-pound gorilla or something, and like you two duke it out and see how it goes. But yeah, that's the kind of the perspective that I'm seeing is that I think the overall narrative, I hate that word now, it's been so overused. We're done talking about LeBron. Like as a whole, we're done talking about LeBron. I don't think this is even about Luka. This is not necessarily even about Lakers. I think like maybe Adam Silver has some kind of collusion to it as well. And just trying to make you understand that, listen, we got a bigger problem here. Like the whole league's gonna disappear if you keep doing this. Like fall to the wayside, just like Major League Baseball or something. So yeah, I think there's something bigger cooking in the background. Like that's my perspective.
I love your comments, John. And just to sort of piggyback off of that, I can guarantee that the NBA was involved in the fat Luka trade. Like newsflash, there's no legitimate value in Luka's fat ass. I mean, the legacy media just can't stop marketing the Euros. They're saving they're sitting up here saying that LeBron has dreamed of playing with Luka Doncic and not the other way around. There's no legitimate market value in a guy that has a dad bod. I mean, maybe he can try the weight room. I mean, he's fat.
270.
Try moving your ass on defense. Let's try that. Try moving your ass on defense. You're fat.
Yeah.
Dallas gave his fat ass away, and basically nobody wanted him.
Yeah.
To me, this is just a great narrative. So, to your point, all these narratives are floating around, and it's just a lot of nonsense. So, thank you so much for your call tonight, John. I loved your comments. Seriously, great job.
Yeah.
Really
And
appreciate it.
and before I go, I'll just like one final point. I think like all the fanboys and everybody or like whoever, they're gonna keep want to talk about, oh, what does this mean to LeBron, or LeBron knew or didn't know. I think this is a reset. Okay, you're basically formatting the computer all over again. We're gonna wipe the slate clean. I think that's what's happening here. So you can keep talking about LeBron, but I don't think that matters. The guy is a non-factor at this point. So please go ahead. Keep the grease up and keep the fanboying up, but I don't know what's that going to contribute to anything anymore because I've never felt this kind of energy before. Something's different now, and if he and plus like all his decisions, like all of them are very, very illogical. Like bringing his son doesn't work, bringing in JJ doesn't work, and if he knew Luka was coming, that like repeating a Russell Westbrook introduction, that doesn't work either. So his decision-making paradigm has completely fallen off the wagon. Like this guy doesn't make smart decisions anymore. He doesn't even have average IQ. I'm not even talking about basketball IQ, like average human being IQ. Like why would you even do any of this stuff? So that's my opinion. So I mean, look, if we have to just like blow up the whole thing in some kind of way to start over, by all means, I want to witness something different. And that's my perspective right there. Because, I mean, really, like, you want to talk about LeBron for another 5 years? It's been 15 years since the decision. I mean, like, I've lived in 5 cities, gotten 2 degrees. We've all lived a life. You want to still talk about this? Like, some of these fanboys, like, they still talk about this like this matters. Like, they were all like super young kids, I guess, at some point, but times have changed. So I think it's time to move on. So yeah, we're witnessing something different. So that's my point. Thank you very much.
I'm with you, John. I
Yeah.
really, really am. It is my opinion that LeBron James has decided that since he can't surpass the legacy of Michael Jordan and he can't really run the league through true talent and athletic success, he's just going to wreck the league and make a mockery of it. And that's what I really, truly believe. So thank you so much for your call, John. And yeah, I hope you have a wonderful night.
Same to you. Bye.
Bye-bye. Caller from Dallas, thank you for calling into Sports Tea. Talk to me nice.
I like your format of you have callers on your streaming. That's pretty cool.
Who do we have on the line? What's your name, sir?
Well, I got my YouTube channel. It's called Chicago Fans Perspective. So I like your format. So I'd rather stay anonymous due to death threats and stuff like that. But let me just state that I am a Chicago Bulls fan. I love the Bulls, and I have grown to have affection for the Mavs due to some friends. Now, that being said, the Luka trade is the worst trade in the history of sports versus Babe Ruth. That's the magnitude of it. The Mavericks just traded Luka Doncic for a first rounder, Anthony Davis, which is the equivalent of trading him for a half-eaten Butterfinger. So why would they do this? Now, I will tell you this. The rumors around Dallas from Dallas fans who have cited Luka Doncic is that he was smoking, drinking during the regular season, playoffs, and the finals. So he's not fat from food. He's fat from the alcohol consumption that he's been consuming that much alcohol. That's bloated. That's not fat. So that was their concern in Dallas. However, this is what is happening, I believe. Number one, NBA ratings are down. They're down. And so it is really interesting that you got the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, you get Shaqs, you get LeBron, you get all these superstars in their primes that fall in the Lakers' lap due to the sheer market size of LA. Now, this right here, they got someone of the caliber of a possible Jordan, a possible Bird, a possible Magic, a possible Kobe. That type of elite player to fall in their laps, really sus. Now, here's the rumblings that I've been hearing in around the town is that the new owners are basically they own casinos, and there's a opening in Vegas for an NBA team. So the rumors are that the owners were the ones that instructed this trade to be made, no matter what the return was. And so also Nico is connected or was connected to Nike, and Nike has a lot of influence in the NBA because of the sheer money that they owned and their advertisements and so forth. And Pelinka and them are tied. So I do not know why Adam Silver would have okayed this trade when he nixed a Chris Paul trade. So something is wrong. I will tell you this, from the perspective of Dallas Maverick fans, I feel bad for them because they lost a lot through Luka. So if you look at the interview between Luka and Jason Kidd, there's a lot of disturbing facts. No one agreed with this trade. No one agreed with this trade. This is the most shocking trade in probably sports history that I've seen. So to me, there's a couple of things that I see is that unfortunately there's no loyalty from, like Durant said, from the franchise to the player. They expect loyalty from the players, but then they're not loyal to their players. And how does it make sense to lose a superstar in a smaller market like Dallas to a large market with LA? This meant that he just lost $156 million, but I guarantee you he's going to make it up in revenue in the LA market. If he wasn't global now, he'll be global after this. So to me, it wouldn't surprise me if 5 years down the line that Dallas is moved, the Mavericks are moved to Vegas, because these owners are up to something. There's something rotten about this deal. It hurts the NBA. I've never seen a trade like this. And I have one more thing to say. If the Lakers are truly smart, they're going to trade LeBron, the GM. They'll trade him to the Warriors and start the rebuild with Luka. They're not going anywhere as they're constructed. You got two clones, literally. They play similar, and there's no reason to keep LeBron right now. And I think Pelinka pulled the trigger on this because he knew that that would loosen the grip of LeBron's influence on the LA franchise, which it should have been that way in the first place. So anyway, that's all I got to say. I believe if you do your research on the background, the owners of the Mavericks are now billionaires from gambling. And I believe this is a move that is predicating a move to Vegas. Something's not right. Dallas fans are absolutely and justifiably hurt. Jason Kidd wasn't informed. And I know what free agent is going to trust this franchise to sign with them. What free agent? If I was a free agent, I'm not going to get stabbed in the back by Nico. So they have fried themselves beyond repair. And even if they win one or two championships, and they have a great team, they have a great shot at it, but the damage is done. It's bad. I've never seen this before.
But
It would be equal to trading Michael.
I do have a question
Yeah,
for you. Why do you
sure.
believe? Do you really believe that Jason Kidd had nothing to do with this decision?
I absolutely do, because during the interview, there's even if you look on the video, there's a video on body language observations from WFAA, which is a Channel 8 local news, because I'm in sales, so I study body language. And if you watch Jason Kidd, he would have told Nico, there's no way you're going to trade Luka, because they have similar traits. They affect the game, but he's a way better scorer than Jason Kidd. So that is why I feel like there's a betrayal from the coach level, player level, and fan base level. Like I know for a fact, Jason Kidd did not know, and Nico lied because he said that they only talked to one club. But prior to talking to the Lakers, they actually tried to trade for Giannis straight up for Luka, which would have made sense but the Bucks said no, and that's been verified by a reporter. So to me, like, one first round pick for Luka and Mikal Bridges had like 5, something's wrong. And I don't understand.
I have to stop you just because, like, I can't understand how you feel that for a fact that Jason Kidd had nothing to do with this trade. Luka Doncic ran.
Because
Hold on,
I
hold
can
on,
tell
hold
you,
on. One moment. So Luka Doncic ran Rick Carlisle out of town. Rick Carlisle quit. He wasn't fired. He quit his job because he could not get Luka Doncic to, 1, play off the ball, 2, to play defense, 3, to run, jump, or dunk the damn ball. So now we're in a situation where it's the same thing with Jason Kidd. And so Mark Cuban is out of the mix, and this was their window to get him out, to get in a guy who's going to play defense. Now the Mavericks, I don't think that Dallas fans are hurt. Yes, I'm sure that they loved Luka, but right now they're in a position to actually win. Anthony Davis is somewhat
I have a question for you.
One second. Let me finish my point. Anthony Davis is somewhat
Because
healthy.
you're kind of attacking the point that I'm making, but go ahead.
So Anthony Davis is somewhat healthy. And, to me, the Mavericks got instantly better out of this trade. Lakers did not. Now, is it a good trade for them long term? Yes. What you said about Luka being a global star is absolutely true. That's going to be great for his career to be in LA. And it's going to be good for LA because they like superstars, right? But the Mavericks are the ones that are instantly better and ready to contend out of this trade. They got defense. So they got better defensively. And the offense that Anthony Davis brings is also really great because Luka Doncic hasn't even played for nearly 30 games this season. So you're going to put somebody on the floor that's going to add
put some
offense
statistics
and
for you,
defense.
because now let me put some statistics for you. Who do you think has missed more games in their careers and availability? Luka's at a 90-something percentile clip. Wait. Yeah, I'll let you speak. So let me state the facts because I do my research. I know
Yes,
sports pretty
I
well.
know that you've done
So
your
wait, wait, wait,
research,
wait,
but
wait.
I've
I
let
let you
you. Oh
speak.
no, no, you
I
didn't
let you
actually.
finish.
Hold on, you didn't
Yeah,
let
yes,
me
I
speak.
did.
Okay,
Yes,
I'm gonna
go.
disconnect
Wait,
the
no,
call.
you're
This is
cutting me
my
off. You're
show.
cutting me
Yeah, this
off.
is my
Why? You
show.
want to talk?
Okay. Okay. So at the end of the day, I'm not arguing with anybody on the channel. So if I'm not able to speak and interject when I need to do so, we're going to end the call. So, unfortunately, I appreciate your call. I felt like you made some great points, but, this is my channel and I'm going to stop you when I feel that there's something that we're not saying in the right way or something that's not true. And if I'm not able to speak when I need to speak, we're just going to disconnect the call. I'm not going back and forth with anybody on this channel. I'm not. Thank you for calling Sports Tea. Talk to me nice. Is this Funky Town?
You know it is.
Salute to you, Funky Town. What's up, big dog?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, that dude needs to understand something. He ain't running nothing around here. But
But I try to give everybody, I always want everybody to
no,
speak
I
their
mean that's
piece. I
cool. I
always
understand.
do.
Yeah.
And I want
No.
everybody's voice to be heard, but we're not going to be attacking me or
Yeah,
we're not going to
exactly.
do that.
Because he was getting in his feelings. He was getting in his feelings. But here's the thing. If you remember back before the season, we were talking on Man Down, and me and Corey, I called in, but Corey was like, okay, here we go. We told y'all the dude is gonna come in overweight. This is even before all the preseason, all that stuff. He's gonna have an injury and he's gonna be out. It's gonna be a mysterious muscle injury, and all of a sudden he's gonna be out. What happened? The same thing, because Corey came out there saying it. This is what's gonna happen, and that's what happened. All right. The thing about him is he's got the wrong attitude to be a leader. He whines on the court. He Anything he doesn't go his way, he complains to the refs. He doesn't play defense. And now you're saying that yes, it's a shock that they traded him, but you're gonna trade a 25-year-old superstar in his prime to a division rival. That's crazy. But if you try to go and get a 1-for-1 swap with him and Giannis, and the Bucks are saying, nah, you're good, you keep what you got. That right there should be letting you know there's a problem. They were trying to get rid of him. Because if you get into bed with him as far as that max contract, you have basically given over the keys to your franchise for however many years, just like you're dealing with LeBron. Now, I give LeBron this credit. LeBron is awesome at taking care of his body and coming in, and you don't that part you don't have to worry about. Whatever else, you don't have to worry about that. But when you look at how you got this new kid coming in here who can't do that, and you will expect him to learn that from LeBron. That's not what leaders are supposed to do. Leaders are supposed to be the ones that have the fire in their belly. They're the ones that are supposed to be motivating other people. It's not supposed to be that someone else is there to baby you and get you up on the right level. You're supposed to be the one bringing everybody else and showing everybody else what the level is. And that's the problem I think the Lakers don't understand, is that they got a problem on their hands. This dude doesn't play defense. He's not a he's I mean it's just if you're doing this type of stuff at 25 years old and breaking down, what do you think is going to happen in 5 to 7 years? Right? It's only going to get worse. Okay, and the I mean miracles do happen, I guess, but the idea that now after the age of 25 you're gonna start playing defense. Oh, okay, all right, maybe that can happen. Maybe that can happen. I've never witnessed it. But maybe somebody's going to completely revamp their entire way of playing. Okay, uh, you know, like you said, there's this big bridge across the bay. You can sell it if you want to believe. But to me, the Mavericks figured they were dodging a bullet. That's what it was. They were like, we're having to take back control of the franchise. And I think I think that's what they both saw.
But
Palinka
they
saw,
had a window to do that though.
yes,
They saw
exactly,
an opportunity to strike. We have to
exactly.
remember Mark Cuban is no
Wow,
longer the head honcho in Dallas, right? So
that's right.
the
Yep,
complexion protection is not there right now, right? Look at
right,
Nico and look
exactly.
at Jason Kidd, right?
Uh huh.
So those two people
Yep,
got together and said, "Hey, here's our chance to strike, make this decision, and be in position to contend now, and to be in contention for maybe a 3 to 5 years period." So I'm
yes,
really proud of them for making that decision. Jason Kidd is he's very crafty. He's a peculiar duck. People, they don't know the history of his career, some of the things that he's done, some of the things that he's been
that's right.
accused of in his coaching
Yep,
career. He has done a
yep,
lot as a coach. People don't, it's like they completely don't remember that he was fired from the Bucks. He had very
yep.
harsh, almost like hazing like uh tactics. His coaching style was almost like a fraternity hazing. So,
Because
players had to
he was
learn.
trying to toughen them up.
Absolutely.
He he was trying to toughen
I'm
them
not
up. Yeah,
saying
I'm
that
not
what
saying
he
it was
did
right.
was wrong. I'm not saying it was right
Right,
or wrong. I'm not here to give my opinion
right.
on that. I'm just saying that he
Mm-hmm.
has a reputation in the league for being definitely a shrewd person. So,
Yes.
I think that Jason Kidd absolutely had his hand in this trade. I don't know why people are calling in to say that they know for a fact. We don't know anything for a fact. I don't know anything
No,
for
I don't
a
know anything for a
fact,
fact.
right? But I know that that caller didn't know for a fact. Jason Kidd and Nico
Yeah,
Harris clearly were in bed together over this trade. Jason Kidd was begging Luka Doncic to defend, and he refused. Years
yeah.
ago, when
Or
he first got to the team, he was protecting Luka on defense. He got tired of it. He got tired of it and asked him to defend, and he still can't do it. So, Funky Town, thank you for making your points. Thank you for your call. You're awesome. And I
hey,
really
appreciate
appreciate
you.
you. Yes, thank you so
You have a
much.
great one,
You too.
and welcome back.
Thank
Oh,
you so much. I'm
one
so
more
glad
thing.
to be back. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Uh, rest in peace to to Tiger Woods' mother.
Oh,
Just wanted to say that.
yes, absolutely. All
All right, have a good
righty.
one.
You too.
Uh huh.
All
Bye bye.
righty. Bye bye. Um, so yeah, guys, I really do believe that Jason Kidd had something to do with this trade. Absolutely. Caller from California, talk to me nice. Who do I have on the line? Thank you for calling Sports Tea.
My name is Dom. It's Kelly.
Hey Kelly, what's going on? How are you?
I'm good. It's good to see that you're back
Oh, thank
after
you
your.
so much. I know it took me a while to come back, but I'm happy to be back. And so what do you think? What do you think about the trade? What does this trade, like, how does this impact the NBA, the Lakers, LeBron's legacy? What are your thoughts?
Before we get to that, side note, maybe one day you'll do a show about WNBA free agency because I'd like to get your thoughts on that because it's pretty crazy so far. What do you
Absolutely.
think? What do you
Honestly,
think?
I'm so behind on all of the content that I need to push out for you guys. I have content on Unrivaled, just WNBA free agency. All the moves happening in the WNBA have been extremely just like shocking, even more shocking to me than the Luca to the Lakers trade. So WNBA is definitely on my list, so don't worry, it's coming.
Oh, that's good. But yeah, do what you got to do with your personal life,
So what's going on? What do you think? What do you think
back
about
to
this trade?
oh man, this trade was interesting. My initial thoughts were that both teams, like, I just think they didn't. Both players that they added to their teams didn't exactly fit because Dallas has uh bigs galore over there with Gafford, Lively, and Washington. And then the Lakers obviously just got LeBron, who plays the same like Luka, right? So I'm just like, what was the point of this trade, right? But we'll have to wait and see how this goes. It's like it's way too early to tell. It's like this experiment. We're gonna have to see it to really judge it properly. And
Hmm.
of course, young disciple thinks that Luca and LeBron can coexist. And you know what? He might be right. I don't know. We'll have to see.
I mean, look, if LeBron James had played off the ball for, these last several games when AD was there and available as their best player on the floor, then I would believe that they'd be a good fit. But that's not what I see. LeBron James is not about to morph into Kyrie Irving. That's what Luka needs in order to be, in order for that duo to work. LeBron has to turn into a spot up shooter. He's not going to do that. He can't shoot the ball. He's not a good shooter. He's not a good spot up shooter. So that's what LeBron would have to turn into, a guy that is, setting screens for Luka, standing in the corner, being available and ready to hit threes, and just really playing off the ball. Maybe playing a little defense, but you've got literally 3 people in the starting lineup for the Lakers that don't defend. Austin Reeves can't defend, Dalton Connect can't defend. I mean, you have more than that. You don't have enough defenders on the Lakers in order for them to have a deep playoff run. They are a first or a second round knockout at best. They're not going anywhere with or without Luka on the floor.
Oh, I could definitely see that. Yeah, first or second round knockout, but
Yeah.
this experiment that I mentioned, they got it. They're missing all their defense in AD, but this past week we just saw them lose to Tyrese Maxey and the Sixers, right? And then
In
they beat the
embarrassingly
Knicks.
fashion. I mean, it was just
It
such
was.
a disgusting blowout. And then the best part was that they throw Bronny in the game very early, and they just I mean, they got blown off the goddamn floor by putting Bronny in the game early. What the hell was he going to do? The way that Bronny was dribbling and literally fumbled the ball in open court with nobody defending him was just god awful. And it's just like, why do you have a 4-year guaranteed contract? But Quincy Oliveri is just hanging around in limbo, cut from the Lakers. But Bronny, a complete bum, a complete scrub, is just with a 4-year contract and can't even dribble the ball in open court.
Oh, but wait, Miss Dom, we got to give him a participation trophy because he made his first three
He made his
tonight.
first 3-point shot tonight. I'm so proud of Bronny for that. And look, I hope that
Oh
his
my
shots
God.
continue to fall. I doubt that they will. I mean, like father, like son, turnover, twins. So, yeah, thank you so much for the call tonight, Kelly. You're awesome. I really appreciate you, buddy.
All right, thanks for taking the call, Miss Dom, and keep up the streams if you can.
Of course, I'll be back. Trust me, I won't be gone for so long again, unless I get the flu again. But thank you so much for calling
No
in. I
worries,
appreciate
we'll be
you.
here.
Okay,
All right, thanks a lot. Bye bye.
bye bye. Oh my gosh, guys. I mean, the Mavericks are just instantly better from this trade. If you guys don't see that, I don't understand how anybody could possibly be mourning, Luka to the Mavs. I don't get that. I really don't. I think it's just totally crazy that, we would be sitting here saying that this was a bad trade for the Mavs. But you know, I have Jeffrey on the line. Talk to me nice. I want to thank you for calling into Sports Tea tonight. What do you
I
think
had to
about the
call in.
trade? Talk to me.
I think Dallas fleeced the Lakers. People were talking about they win in the long run. They might win financially, but you're not sure ever if Luka's really going to be a person that get in shape or anything like that. So that ain't no guarantee. I don't care how old he is. As far as players, there's no comparison. If anybody who watch basketball, who know basketball, and I've been watching basketball for a real long time, there's no comparison what type of player Luka is compared to AD. AD plays defense. AD scores the ball. He rebounds. He impact the game. In this era, Luka might be offensive or whatever because there's no defense and things of that nature. So people who be blinded by what's going on might think that he's an offensive player and he's a top five. I don't consider that. I consider players who play both sides of the ball because the NBA is a complete game. You have to play offense. You have to play defense. I consider Jason Tatum a complete player, SGA, people like that, Anthony Davis. You know what I mean? But I don't consider just an offensive player a player like a complete basketball player. So that's not if them two guys guarded each other in the game without no screens and stuff like that. AD probably break Wilt's record with Luka guarding him. So that's not even a fair comparison. I think Dallas got a chance to win the championship probably this year or even next with AD, and that's the whole ultimate thing. The Lakers thing is, I guess, generating money. So I don't know. I think Dallas won the trade.
I agree with you. So here's the thing. I think that the team that wins the trade is the team who goes the furthest in the postseason. That's what I think. But I
Right.
think just on paper, what I'm taking a look at right now, the Mavericks have won the trade just because they are instantly better. The Lakers is
Right.
still need a center. You know,
Right.
they have Luka, but they still need a center. You know, they're rim protectors. They need defense, rim protection. He bought rebounding. I mean, there's so much that now
It's just
have
disrespectful. I believe, but it's
don't have now without. So thank you so much for calling in. I really appreciate your call.
accurate.
Hello, Jeffrey. Thank you so much for calling in.
Okay.
Alrighty. Have a good one. Something that you really want to read is super. Oh, no, the sound is again. How are we doing now, guys? Is this sound better? Sound is bad, guys. You can't hear me. I can hear myself. Okay. Oh no. So you guys can't hear me all over again. Okay. All right, guys. I think this is a good time to end the live. So sorry about this. Hopefully next time we can get going again and my sound will be better. But thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Please, everyone, like, share, subscribe to the video. Really appreciate you guys for joining tonight. Just do me a favor on your way out. Like the video, please. Have a wonderful evening. Thanks so much for tuning in. Bye bye.